Hello, everybody. I'm sorry. I thought that I put up the little background thing, but apparently I didn't. I apologize. I was just giving people a moment to kind of trickle in before we got into this. Did you, Rosanna? I hope everybody had a good weekend. Sorry, I missed you all yesterday. I'm still trying to get back to where I'm used to. And in the meantime, showing myself grace, like not doing a full blow dry and just pulling that back. So, yeah. I still feel like a little kid at the adult table. What the? Oh, I know what's wrong. Sorry. Hold on. Oh, goodness. Hold on. I have to go out and come back in, but I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I don't know why this is doing that. There we go. Can everybody hear me? I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. I don't want to like kind of minimize it for a little bit. So, but I'm getting there. I will be good. And I appreciate all your guys' love, support, messages, all of that during this time. I gotta hold my lip. Isn't that what we were always told? So today, guys, I just want to do something from my stash. I just want to create something beautiful. And oh man, it's okay. I was thinking that I wish that instead of having these wood like blanks that I had the butterfly ones from Randy over here. I think they're over there, but we already saw what happened when cords got touched. So yeah, I don't want to have to pop out and pop back in. Hello, Tammy. That's Mary. Tina. I don't know if Rosanna's here or not. Barbara. She was first in here. I think she typically is. So, as I was saying, I just want to do something from my box. I was originally going to design with one of my Gollum beads that my bead buddy John sent me, but I didn't think about it in time to get some answers to a couple questions from Vlad and Cami, just basically because all of their beads have a meaning behind them, and they don't put those out unless you ask them. So, like, there's so many things in there. So I sent him a message just asking him which way was up, and then the other one was just to ask what the meaning behind it was. So I didn't get that, and so I've got to wait on that, and I'm just going to do something I've wanted to do for a bit now. So I figured we would just um do that. Go through my steps. Sorry, I'm looking behind me real quick to see if I see something quickly. I apologize. There it is. Because I wish I knew the meaning because I have these really pretty sea glass beads in this like beautiful turquoise blue. Does everybody like the comments on the screen? If you would rather not see them there, I can take them off. I just know that some people watch on their TVs, and that's the only way they get to see the chat without having two devices playing at the same time, which then causes audio, kerfluffles and whatever. So, um, anyway, this would look beautiful. I think this could even go with those golden beads that I put to the side and, you know. Anyways, so I just wanted to do something pretty and simple. Linda, I'll address that with you privately. I don't want it to go back and forth in the comments. That's not why I'm here today. I haven't had the help to reply to you. So yeah. So I'm gonna say about that right now. Okay, so if you've been around for a minute, you know your girl loves pearls, right? So here's what I was thinking. I was thinking that I would just take some beautiful pearls, some little wood beads, and all of that kind of stuff. And I just have to decide if I want to stick with the wood or I don't have to stick to one or the other. I can always do both. Because I also have this beautiful tiara cast sand dollar charm, and I actually have more than one of these. So the reason I pulled that out as well is because these don't match. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. If like that's okay enough in my brain. Only because I really like gold with wood and pearls. So I'm going back and forth. I have these 18 karat gold plated moons that could be really simple and elegant and pretty. And again, I have more than just this one set. So we could also do earrings. So what do we think? Do we want to go silver? Do we want to go gold? I have other gold charms I can pull out. I have ginkgo leaves that I could pull out. I have ginkgo leaves and stuff like that that I can pull out to do, but yeah. So if we can just pick gold or silver. I don't care. Hello, Leah. I'm so glad you're here, hon. Thank you. I really appreciate your support. I just know gold or silver. Or we can do both, and then we compare what one looks like against the other. So, I have these, but I have like my whole charm drawer right here. This has got all of it. I have other stats. My son is coming over one evening this weekend. Him and Steve are gonna turn my desk so that I have all of my stuff right behind me, to the side of me, whatever. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I bought this and I did not buy it to use it as a class. I want to use this as a pendant, and then I will use these pretty clasps with like a nice, like big chunky gold hoop to connect to. But I bought it because I wanted to make something with it, and that could be really sweet with the simple wood. So yeah. Oh, the pearls. Oh my god. It's Tammy here. I thought for a second Tammy said that. I was gonna say, Tammy, you know what these pearls look like. Also, last year, I got these little like nail filigree pieces, and we put some of these on pearls, which was fun. The pearls, okay, they're going to be just some simple little rice pearls that I got from Bernie's. No surprise there, right? So, and I have them in like multiple sizes. I have multiple styles. Your girl really loves a dancing pearl. I've got a bunch of them. So, I also don't have as many, but I do have these. That is mahogany obsidian. That is not a pearl. But I do have these gorgeous, gorgeous chocolate brown pearls that are absolutely scrumptious. We could even like pepper these in amongst the rice pearls because that could be really pretty. And depending upon how exactly this strings up, sorry, I'm thinking. So we either go super luxe with the gold butterfly. I have, but then I also have like these Baroque pearls. I love this one. It reminds me of the little toys my kids used to play with. That was like the Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down because the base is all rounded. Speaking of, we got Selena her first little people finger um for Valentine's Day, and she absolutely loved it. So, ugh. Okay, I have several other. I have a bunch of different sizes of peacock pearls in different tones, but there's just something I just like about like wood and pearls together, much like leather and pearls. And we could always do some links like we did on the other necklace out of some leather, where they were just like this with the knot in the middle. We could also do that. I have plenty of this brown leather that we could do that with. All right, let's just open the strand and start playing. That's the best way to figure out what to do. Now, this is the part I cringe about every time. Okay, good. I don't like pearl strands that are so tight that you go to like cut the strand and it goes across the top of your pearls. That drives me bonkers. So, guys, these are a strand of beautiful rice pearls. Bernie gave us a great deal on. If we want more, when I'm able to do this destash, or not destash, no restash sale, I can include these if you went through your stock for Christmas. Not to worry, I have you covered. Okay. All right, we've got this long piece of beading wire right here. I'm trying. Do we want to go silver first? Let's do the silver sand dollar one first. And the only thing that's going to change basically is that we're using the silver accent or silver charm instead of the gold. Everything else will stay the same. This is actually a very good example of what you can do when you have a design slump. Sorry, this got a leak of mascara on my eyeball or something. You like the wood with the gold? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do both just to show the variation of it. And a lot of people assume that wood you naturally gravitate towards the gold, which I absolutely do. So I'm not trying to say that I don't. I'm just going to try to vary it up a little bit. I'm gonna grab some silver flower teacaps. And I need a jump ring. Silver box. Like I said, I do have more of these. I only have these two right here on the desk because I didn't pull them all over here. So if we wanted to do an earring, I would just do I would just do one of them and then finish the other one on camera. I am still working on that knotted bracelet, but I did swap out the cording for the light pink, and I like it a lot better this way. I wasn't sure how the light pink would look with the antique copper, but it's really pretty, and I think it makes it like more fairy princess vibe kind of thing, or like I don't know. I'm into that whole thing right now. I don't know why. But I like it better with the pink. It's not as dark. I don't have a lot more to go. I probably have like 2 inches left to go. But I will get back to that soon. Okay. I'm warning you, these oh good. These jump rings, I'll go to pull out like one and they'll like come up with a clump like this, but like 5 times that size. And it's annoying because then it goes all over the bead mat. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this open on pliers. There's nothing, well, there is things that are more satisfying, but I just love when you go to put a jump ring on and you hear that like click, and you know that it just like made that. Okay, you look still, sir. Alrighty. I'm going to grab some silver spacers that I know are up here somewhere. I just want the itty bitty spacer balls. Let's see my 4 millimeter. I want that. Oh yeah, and I have this beautiful chain. Since we're doing more of like an antique silvery vibe, I have this sterling silver chain from Big Box Bargains. Oh yeah, that would be really pretty. Just go up to about here and then have this go up around the back of the neck. Yep, that's what we're doing. Okay, so then we want to the mix, maybe. Sorry, I have a design for the golem bead, and then I want to know the meaning behind it. So, yeah, that's not okay. And I want to keep it more. Should be small enough. I'm so glad you guys are like seeing an improvement in the camera quality. I know it took me a minute to get my setup correct, and it did get better at each stage. It just didn't get to like, there was just always something. It was either too grainy or it wouldn't focus or it wouldn't this. So I'm very glad that we have a better camera setup now. I already have the face camera, and then Beth bought me the camera I'm using for my Mac now. Sorry, I wasn't thinking I spread all this stuff out in the middle, and I want you to be able to see. Okay, so silver, and I'm just gonna start into a. This one is like flat. Okay, and very thin and sharp, so not something you want on beading wire. That was weird. Pretty pearls. I love pearls. Like, I'm a pearl gal through and through. Do we want the face off? I can't decide if I think that the silver spacers are too big or just fine. But yeah. Well, you guys can tell her to get her butt in a StreamYard chat with me after this live so that I can show her step by step what to do so she doesn't have the nerves because it will do what it's supposed to do. Yeah, I like that. I like the wood and the silver spacers. That looks pretty. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like that, but I actually like it a lot. So yeah. See, just a simple little beachy necklace. Here, I'm gonna take this off the camera for a second so I can go down a little bit. You guys can have like a little bit better view without the camera like shaking all over the place. Okay, there we go. So see, just a really simple necklace that you can wear on the beach. It doesn't take a lot. These pearls are $15 a strand, which for the quality of the pearl is a fantastic price. I know Rosanna has bought several strings because she really likes them. And it's a great deal for the quality of the pearl. Like, yes, there are some that have like little grooves. And some, they're not like the perfect thin, fat, thin that you tend to see in rice pearls, but the quality for the price is amazing. It's so it's so good. And what did Beth say about? No, she was. Hi, Anna. Hi, Gracia. I remembered. I almost didn't remember, but I remembered. And Cheryl. In case I missed you, I can't remember if I did or not. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. trying to decide how far up I want to go with this. So I just think these would be perfect for like a beachy wedding, like a bride on the beach with like this little sand dollar. I used to have some in bright silver, which I think could be even prettier. It's antique silver, so it's not like, or yeah. So I mean it's really nice. I think that it's just very simple. Again, simple elegance, rustic elegance. The wood with the metal with the pearls. It's just such a great mix all together. And then I'm gonna show you what you can literally do if you have the jewelry journals. Again, this one is like paper thin. It's not like weak, it's holding up, but it's like paper thin. Hmm. But I just thought that I would show you like one of the possible benefits. And then when Rosanna is able to come back on without getting sick, without making it worse when it just started to feel better, Randy, Rosanna, and I are going to do a bridal series. So like for a week we're gonna design different takes on bridal jewelry. I think all of us can bring a completely different vibe to the subject matter. So I think it's going to be a fun series. So I will hopefully be able to be on a lot more than then, but we don't want um her to rush back because it's kind of what she did last time. So yeah. What is the dark bead? The dark bead is wood. It's sandalwood, Tibetan sandalwood, and it smells. The beads smell so good, and we try to seal them up the best we possibly can, so that when you get them, you can smell. It works better for me for like my anxiety if I open up because I use glass bottles with a cork to keep it more airtight. So if I just open one of my bottles of sandalwood beads, oh, I'm so sorry. That was a big bump too. I apologize. Um, if I just open it and like breathe in, I feel better. But then I'm that girl who likes to go to the wood department at Home Depot just to walk up and down the aisles and smell the wood. It's one of my things, one of my little quirks. We all have them, right? Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the other thing I wasn't sure if we need to stock up on because these are a really good price. So if you guys are liking what you see, the pearls, the wood beads, the all of that, let me know because these are literally they're not at all expensive. They're very inexpensive beads. He has them starting this small and goes all the way up. So and he has like different wood species and things. She's got some gorgeous um wood beads that I have had in several previous sales. Okay, I'm gonna go and string up the other side and then see like how high I want this to go. Cause this is what I figure. I either want it to hit like right above where the cleavage comes together, or I want it up higher, like 2 inches higher. I can't decide. It would obviously depend on the wedding dress. If this was going to be a beachy wedding, I think that if it was going to be um like very casual wedding dresses, just gauzy and flowing everywhere, that kind of stuff, I can see it like I see it being a little bit longer, or maybe even a layered look where like this one has the wood and metal and stuff, but maybe you do another one that's like just wood and silver to wear above it, or longer below it to add in wooden um pendant like this. I have some that I got from Randy that are circles and they have butterflies inside. They're beautiful. I've used them in several projects. Also, guys, if you ever see me make something that you would like to discuss purchasing, please let me know, because all designs are available for purchase, unless otherwise stated so. So, like if I said, oh, I'm making this for Selena or for my daughter Jerica or Cadence, that kind of stuff. Yesterday was my oldest son's 25th birthday. Blows me away that I have 3 kids in their 20s. It's just, but he was at a video game tournament. He's so cute. He works the events and stuff. And he called me and he was so excited because they uh one of the players, it's like ranked in the top 20 in the world at like one of his big Smash Bros. That's like his favorite game. And he's like, so there's a video of me playing this top tier guy. I got my ass handed to me, mom, but there's a video and I can now say that I played with him. So it's cute. Oh, your youngest will be 21 tomorrow? Wow. Exactly, Anna. Yes. Yes, I have them. They're coin beads. If you would, yes, I have several. So I have like a whole like plastic container like this big full of them, and I know where I got them from. So I can always replace them or purchase additional ones. So if you would like to purchase them, I can pop that in the next sale as well. Yeah, the butterfly pendants that I got from Randy are walnut. And yes, I'm very picky about my wood beads. It's just something like I want them to be. I don't want them to be the ones that are like chalky that like fall apart. I hate those. They're so cheap and feel composite, which they very well could be. But yeah, so I'm lucky that I have a local source of really good wood beads. And also, you guys, do you see the hole in this pearl? When do you see 5x7 rice pearls with a hole like that? There, his pearls are just like this, which I love because if I want to drill them out, For other things, my youngest son turned 31 on Valentine's Day. Aww. Yeah, I went into labor on Valentine's Day. And then we had him the next, like, early afternoon. He, and then my youngest son will be, oh goodness, Heather, come on, 23 at the end of September. The one that's the, like, most gut-wrenching right now, Selena turns a year old on the 1st. This Gigi cannot believe that she's already a year old. Like, slow down. And it seems to go by even faster, especially because they live in California and I'm here in Arizona. So, where did I put that? In my light box that is not supposed to be used for storage. Otherwise, I can't take pictures. Yes, that stuff's getting cleaned. It's just because I don't have enough spots right here where I sit. So I'm excited. We're probably going to put a little shelf to the right of me where I can keep certain things. And then I have the big shelving unit behind me. I found a couple of like pretty shower curtains that I really like really nice ones to go over the closet. But there will be two of them so it can be opened easily when I need something. But Bloody really liked when I had the background at Christmas time, so I'm just trying to do like really soft, feminine subjects on it. So Bernie's funny because when we would pack up orders of wood beads, he would literally like he packed the wood beads and like made them as sealed as he could with just his own efforts. And he always pulls out the good ones from under the table instead of pulling them from on the wall because obviously the ones on the wall are right there. Oh, hi, Kim. I need somebody else. I thought I saw somebody else I could say, but just kidding. Okay. I believe they're talking about the fact that she went live. She is going to be covering for Rosanna while Rosanna is getting and healing from a surgery. Where is Rosanna? She in here? I did not have my bead soak, Kim. I have not been doing the best. So, trying to listen to my body and not overdo it. And like last night, it was take puppy pictures when I have 4 people waiting for pictures or do the live. And I had to choose to do the live or to do the photos because I love y'all, but I don't make the same kind of money with you guys as I do the puppy sales. So I have the prettiest lavender Shih Tzu, you guys. Like her nose is like the perfect lavender, like gray, silvery lavender color. And so it's on her nose, her lips, and the water lines around her eyes. And most of her markings are up and around her face. but they're that like same silvery, and then it has almost like a mink color, like the lavender brown with the lavender silver. And so that's just like on her face and around her eyes, her ears, and the back of her head. And then she has marking of like around where her tail is. That's so cute. But she's sweet. We haven't gotten a lavender before. And when I did the DNA health testing of her mama, she didn't come back as um a dog that could have lavender. Okay. Do we just keep going with the beads or do we switch to chain now? And is this chain too bulky? Like this? It might be too bulky. Yeah, no, I think I'd rather thread it. This chain is a little bit bigger. I do have some Singapore water chain, and I'm so sorry for on Rosanna's live when I said Chinese. That's and everybody's like, we can't find it, we can't find it. And I was like, wait, what? So I had to go look it up. And I just looked up water chain and it popped up. It's Singapore. Yeah, I'd rather finish this with beads, though, like I said, I do have some of that, but I'm kind of just liking the ease of this pattern. But for the sake of getting the other one finished, so those of you who were like team gold for pearls and wood beads, what do you think of the silver? I'm curious to know because I used to be a pearls and wood go with gold. I was I was in that camp firmly. And then, oops, wrong bead. I know I have some smaller shape though. I could also make some links quickly as well. That wouldn't take very long. Ooh, also, we have this opening right here and the one on either side of it as well. We could even do like little dangles off of this. Or do we keep it simple? No, I'm not sure. Either would be perfectly fine. Okay. I know. Yeah. Kim, even my 18 karat gold plated stuff that I like thoroughly tested and made sure that everything matched. No, I know you're a silver girl. I am going to show a gold option as long as I love following up a gold bead cap with a gold spacer or a silver bead cap with a silver spacer in between. I think it provides like the perfect little frame for the bead, and both sides. So, yeah, I want to see where. Oh, and also I did find the. Oh, where did they go? Where did you put it? And these are button pearls, and I have pink and white, and they would be absolutely gorgeous, either on a hand chain or a barefoot sandal. Very pretty. And I have them in pink, like a really pale blush pink. The camera is barely even picking up on it. But there's some really light blush pink ones that would be absolutely gorgeous. So, if anybody would like me to show that, I can. Okay, where is my gold sheet that I want for this? I'm not sure. So, this is so we okay, so I'm going to make a few of the little silver links that I like to make. I normally make these smaller than I'm going to right now, because I want a bigger. So this is originally one. Actually, I don't want to use this one. It's my silver plated one. This one that is 20 gauge. Okay, these are, but no, this one's 18 gauge. I think I can get enough out of this 20 gauge that I don't need them there. So I'm just gonna cut about 1.5 to 2 inches. I normally make this very small. Okay, so all I do is I'm gonna do a bigger version of it. So normally I start off even smaller than this, but I'm going to take this and I'm gonna wind it around until it touches the wire, like so. Then, whatever size I want the other part of the bead to go around, you're gonna go, I didn't make this long enough to do it that way. Let's see what it looks like going around the corset. And then you just go up over. Yeah, it's not even big enough for that size. Okay, we need a little bit longer. We might have to go with the 18 gauge. Oh my God, I only need like 2 inches. I think I'm going to measure it this time so I can tell you the measurement. That feels like what I just cut. I might actually just go a little bit smaller. Let's see here. So if I start at the little end, wrap it around like that till it comes back. And then you come down here, go up and over. We rotate it just enough that we can then position this. And do a little bit more. So to position this on the ring, and then I go around once. and back around a second time. So there is a simple loop on this, but there's also a this part is the wrapped loop, and the simple loop is tucked in the double wraps. So there's my ruler, which was correct. So I'm just gonna cut a few, and then we can join them together using jump rings. We won't need a lot because we've already will have the length of the necklace as well as the length of the jump rings to finish it off. Or finish off the spool of wire. I actually really like this wire. So I have to see if they just decided to stick it in the mystery boxes because they were discontinuing it, or just as like one of the, because they also put in some like high dollar findings and stuff like the wire and whatnot. I've straightened this out so that I can make one with this as well. If you're new, your girl doesn't like to waste wire. So I'll either make jump rings or whatever with it. Okay, what was that shape? And they're pretty. Wait, what do you, the flat back ones? They are called button pearls because they're the pearls that you would, here, I'll show you. So this side is rounded, while this side is completely flat, and it's drilled through this way, allowing you to put a little slip, like the little elastic around it to hold it in place. So these are the button pearls they're beautiful. I love them. Like I said, I love them in like hand chains. Can you imagine how beautiful that would be with like some really slinky Singapore water chain in gold? Oh, it would be stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I might just have to do that. It's not the MS flush. I need to get another pair of double flush cutters. They would be able to cut this, but you can't. Sorry, I'll go over this again. This little link reminds me of I think it's called the ampersand, is the technical term for it, but we all know it as the amp sign. Yeah, those are pretty. And it won't take many because they are about half an inch each. So I didn't know I was going to do this, or I would have had most of them pre-made, but we're just going to go around that small till it touches the wire. We're going to take it off our pliers, put the size you want, point the loop away from the size, whichever barrel you're going to go around, up, over, and in front of. I always go in front of. Well, I call this in front of. You might think that's in back of, but to me, that's in front of. So I always do it in that direction. And I like keeping them on my barrel until I finish wrapping it, because the fact that this is a simple loop it's really hard to get this to go around as neatly as it does when you do it on the pliers. So we shouldn't need very many more of these. So but yeah, I've made these itty bitty and done an entire 18-inch chain necklace with these. Took an entire football game. That they're doing during a football game, a couple seasons ago. And also, I like this because for the most part, you're using the same pliers, so the production style kind of fits with this. Pretty. Oh, I didn't cut that one for some reason. Let's cut. I don't know why that almost being so stubborn. And if you're making the smaller ones, like if you wanted to make it with like the very end of the barrel on your round nose pliers, and then the 1 or 2 step on this, they're very pretty. I just love these little links. They're very versatile. You can make the chain look completely different simply by the way you place them. Like if you have them all facing the same way, or if like you have them where you do it like this and then like this, you can do it. It's very like there are a lot of options without a lot of extra like brain power. Was I on screen showing those? Okay, Kim, I will do it right now. Hold on. I'll show you the full demonstration. Okay, these are 2-inch pieces of wire, and I'm using the first step and the fourth step to make these. So I want to start with a flow cut because we're going to be that exact. So with the first step, we're going to go to where you can't even feel the wire. You're going to rotate until your wire hits itself on the back of it. Then you're going to face your loop away from the step you're going to wrap around. So I'm going around the fourth step. So we're going to face the loop going that way. Then you're going to pull it up, over, and in front of your loop. You're going to rotate the loop just enough that you can get in there and wind your wire around. You're just going to go once and then twice. And I'll do it slowly again because I have to make them anyways. I mean, I don't have to. Yeah. Okay, so again, you're just going to take the tip of your wire inside your pliers, turn it on the first step until it's back on itself. Then you're going to face the loop away from the fourth step. If you were making these bigger and you were going around the fifth or the sixth step, it's the same thing. You just want to pick which step and you face the loop away. So then you just go over are up, over, across, and here you'll see there's no way to wind around that in its current location. So you just barely rotate it so then you can get it in um your your dominant hand using the pliers. You go around once and then you go all the way around again a second time. And the big loop is a wrapped loop, while the small loop is a simple loop, but it is really nestled in the little wraps. So it's in there really well. So it's more secure than like your typical 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, so than like your typical simple loop. One more time. We're gonna roll it back on the first step till it hits the wire. You can feel it when it does it. Then I'm gonna rotate my pliers. I'm gonna face my loop away from the step I'm going around. I'm going to go up, over, and back. Again, there's not enough room to wrap around. So you just go up a little bit higher, switch your hands, grab with the pliers, and pull around once and twice. And I like to cut on the side. That way there isn't a front or a back. And that's just because I'm too lazy and don't want to have to make sure that I have them all going the same way. Whereas if I cut on the side, hey, whatever's clever, right? Whichever I'm feeling at that moment, that will be the front, and it will be okay, and it will be uh connected well. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to do the 5 millimeter or the 3 millimeter. Let's go with the 5 millimeter just because it's a little bit bigger. Okay, so let me make sure I have these sides both even, which I don't. I need to add 3 more pearls on this other side. And then we're only going to have to do a very little chain to go up and around the back of the neck. But I bought like a lot of strands of these pearls because they're beautiful. What am I looking for? You are out of your spacers. Only need a few more. I think it's be more than that. I measure myself the exact same way. Oh, this is what I could do a little bit more. But I'm that person that bakes with salted butter. So when everybody got on the put salt on sweet stuff, it was like been there doing that. Not news in this household. 2, and then 1 more. And we can close off this necklace. I have plenty of wire to make a bracelet with the leftover software. Or maybe even a bracelet and some earrings. I really like the little sand dollar. I'm going back and forth on whether or not I want to add anything dangling from it or if I just want to keep it simple. So like, the kiss method. Keep it simple, sweetie. I changed the like words. Just like you guys, did you ever realize this is so stupid? But maybe it'll give you guys life. But yes, I did a visual comparison of the 3 different loopers as opposed to 3 and 1. Perfect and like longer handle. I'm confused, but it's okay. Oh, you like the 3 and 1? That's cool. You're welcome, Kim. I was gonna say something else. What was I going to say? Oh, have you guys? Okay, I know that like people said some nursery rhymes are like morbid and depressing, like Humpty Dumpty falling off a wall and whatever else. But it wasn't until I started singing Old MacDonald to Selena, because I have little like finger puppets here. She has the same finger puppets in California. And so we'll do Old MacDonald's, and it's so it was like Old MacDonald had a farm. Why does he not have a farm anymore? I don't like that. So we changed it, and it's now has instead of, a country song in a nursery, in a little nursery song for Selena. I'm silly. I just don't, I was shocked that, like, I never thought about that before. Yes. If I sing You Are My Sunshine to Selena over the phone, it calms her down when she's gotten bumped or she's mad at mom or so. Okay, I think I got this matched up. Nope, I did one too many. I do want to end with the wood. And then I'm going to do a little, uh, do I have those right here? I'm trying to figure out if I have the little silver clam shells right here. Or if I'm gonna need to wire just or print other spot. I can't see. Okay, hold on, slash is straight. Wow. That on there. That will look very pretty. We're going to make our first loop, which those are gunmetal. I need the silver ones, which are right. So I'm just going to do a loop. So I'm going to put my print tube on. I'm also going to attach my first chain link inside of that. And I know some that scares some people, but we're jewelry makers. We can all, if we ever had to cut this off, we can fix it. And if not, I don't know about you guys, but I offer like reasonable, um, like fixes, but reasonable. Okay. Oh, here's these. No, I like to stuff a little bit of extra beading wire down into my print so that I don't have to squeeze it as many times. Well, this one's being a pain. There we go. There's more room on this side. It's okay. That's it. Oh, there was. Okay. I guess we will just do it the way it normally is. You're going to stick your crimp tube, center it within the little concavity of the magical crimpers. And you're going to squeeze. You're going to open and rotate, keeping that crimp tube centered, and squeeze again. Squeeze. Like I said, you just want to keep it centered, and it might look a little non-bead like, but if you do it enough times, it will smooth it out. No, you don't fall off. There we go. Okay, we're gonna cut off that little bit of the tail. Actually, the bottom of the scrunch is scrunchy. We're gonna try again. This obviously, I thought it was just like it would come off while I was crimping. There was a little bit of a like little lip on it, and I thought it would come off while it was being swished, and it did not. So just do this again. There we go. And I like to keep it right to where I don't have to cut. I'm not gonna have this on here, actually. I will join it with jump ring because I don't want to squish it with my crimping pliers down. Squish. So the excess down here, cut the excess up here. Slide the pearls down. Oh wait, I know, right? Oh, he's in a retirement home now. Yes. Yeah, Leah, they're really pretty. Like I said, we are going to do the de-stash, no restash. I don't know why I named it that. I just thought it was cute. We are still going to do that sale. It's just, I don't want to do it when it could cause me to be in bed for several days afterwards. Because then invoicing gets backed up and shipping, and I don't want that. But we will be having one soon. And yes, I'm loving the silver with the wood and the pearls. I told you guys you just had to give it a minute because I used to be the same way. No, you put gold with pearls and wood. Not always. This we oh, you go from not wanting to be small to being too small. Make up your mind, Goldilocks. That's another one. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Why? Why are we making people scared to go visit their grandma? Huh? As a grandma now, I take offense to that. Okay. Then we're just going to attach our chain. Let's see how long this is. It's about 7 inches. So yeah, so we may not even need all of these. I am not liking the color difference, so I'll be quick though, I promise. Let's do second step. I'm just gonna cut up some jump rings real quick. These are 18 gauge. They also came, this wire also came from Beading. So, but thankfully I don't need very many of them, so this should be rather quick. I probably could have showed that. I'm sorry. I do it all the time though. So, unless I didn't cut enough, I promise you'll see it in another tutorial because I like my wire to match, so I tend to make my own jump rings. But Kim, could you see this with the same leather links that I did on that other necklace? I had it out because it caught my eye, and I was like, ooh, maybe that's what we should do. But then I didn't. Oh, I have it right here. Oh, here they are. These are the beads you're talking about, right, Cheryl? The like big coined dark wood ones. I believe that. Yeah, that it would be really pretty. I don't know. It would just, like I said, it would depend on the wedding. But that could be really, really pretty. Or just doing like the leather link and like a larger pearl in between each, and that's it. That could be pretty as well. There's our jump rings. Now, I'm going to attach all of this, and then I'm going to have to detach all of it to put the chain in the tumbler so there's not any like rough spots, but I don't put pearls in tumblers. Okay. I think I'm going to just have these all face the same way on this necklace. So, another one. Like I said, we don't need very much. Like we don't need to make this all like crazy long. Plus the 18 gauge links are stronger anyways. So I believe I have 10 total, but I don't think I don't need all 5. I could use the last 2 to make. Oh, do I need to put 2 jump rings here at the beginning? I I like how it looks like it's twisting on itself. I don't know how that happened, but I like the way it looks. And yes, I know, I just used my thumbnail to open that, but I have very strong thumbnails. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I have it. If this is going to be long. So I can keep the other 2 out for earrings. If not, it's fine. I can always make 6, 10. This should be long enough once I do the class. Okay, cool. And I think I got 1, 2 feet. No, I might be okay. I might have cut the perfect number of jump rings completely by accident, but I do like these links because they're not flat. Now, could you take them and hammer them and make them flat? Yes. but they do have a slight curve to them because when you're wrapping them around, it kind of like has a very subtle curve to it. So it's why I love these links too much, so much. Linda did everything except for that second wrap. So that's the only thing I changed. Her link is made the exact same way. And she just, I think he said she go, Linda, you go around 1.5 times or 2 times. All right, Anita, I'm sorry I didn't see you. I apologize. That is my, oh, Anita, how are we related? I think she's my mother's cousin. That is not the 18-inch wire. This is silver, heavily silver plated wire. Why? Will it take all that off? You're gonna tell me I can't put it in the tumbler? That's okay. I did really clean cuts on my jump rings. So it's perfectly fine. Wait till you see the idea I have for my earring. That makes sense. Just show you. Well, I think they will be very, very pretty, and you will really like them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we only needed 4 of those links joined together with some second step jump rings. Now we need to do the clasp. Oh, you already have your clasp there. Oh, I love when they add the jump rings. I can't remember if these are platinum. What is the opening? Wait. I always pull in my little. Are you serious? Is this like a soldered ring? These little jump rings may not actually be jump rings. This is where it looks like it opens. It does not, in fact, open. So we're just going to cut those. Well, it's okay. I didn't damage it. So I was being soft. Alrighty. We're going to need. Yeah, I have 2 more jump rings. Perfect. Like I said, I had really clean cut jump rings, so they're all like really close together. All the cuts are straight, so they're all lining up very nicely. So there shouldn't be a problem. This. Here is our pretty Sam Dollar Beach wedding necklace. And then for the earrings, I want to use, are they in here or are they in the front box? I even got these from Bernie's, guys, and look at the holes in them. They're very nice holes for pearls. They're not itty bitty, teeny tiny. Can only get like the. Where did you go, sir? No. Oh, runaway pearl. But they all have really, very, very nice holes. Okay, it's not there, so they gotta be. I'm going to use everything in this angel weaving bag other than the angel slime butterfly wings. I'm not going to use those. Though, a lot of people put a lot of symbols in it. So, all I want to do is, no, bigger pearls. Put the pearl on. Just want the wood. Okay, I can't decide if I want the big link on top or the smaller link. Because then I can wrap this and hang it above that. Or hang it down in the middle, right? Hmm. I just said what we caps. That's what we caps on. For continuity's sake. I'm trying to figure out. Do I want that up above and then that below? Or do I just keep it completely simple? With the wood on top of this, with it hanging down that way. Big link up top, Cheryl. That's kind of where I was going. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to fold it over right there. Sorry, I must have just wiped my mouth without realizing it. That's what beach wipes are for after I'm done. Well, not beach wipes. So I'm just gonna do a really close loop because I really don't want it to even be this big, but it's okay. Oh, wait. We have to attach this. Oh, I did it backwards. Mother. I forgot I wanted to go the other way. Yeah, I want to go the other way. Well, that's what wire cutters are for. I just gotta see if I have any. I just need to make sure that I have some more. Ball head pins. That's what they are. That's so annoying when it happens slow. And where is my scissor? Before I picked up the silver plated and messed with it. So I will assume that works. I am one of those people. Silver is not as bad as copper and bronze tend to turn for me pretty easily. So Okay. Get this teeny tiny loop over here. We're gonna attach it the other way. Like this. Close our loop. Grab onto it and wrap, wrap. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Okay. I'll show you all. The only part of doing small little loops is sometimes it makes it a little bit harder to go in a place. But now I'm just going to do one of my ear wires. So I'm just going to take the bail step making, oh, 6-step bail making pliers. You're going to put your ball facing up and you're going to turn till it touches the wire. Then you're going to go to whichever step that you like to use. These ones, I like to use the 6-step because they are bigger. And these wires tend to have a lot of spring back. I forgot about that. So you kind of have to get in and muscle it a little bit. But once you do, then I go back and I reshape the wire. So then they are a big, like, round little loop. If you like a kick, you can add one. I personally do not like a kick. I have very crooked ear holes, so those kicks make it difficult for me to put ears on. And then there we go. It's a little pearl earring to go along with our silver beach pearl necklace. So how about okay. Okay. So I think we'll pick this up and we'll do the gold one when we come back. I don't want to have to rush through it. I want to give it the same time and attention that I gave this. I will probably actually be using bronze, so that I can make a very similar chain. I might change it up a little bit, but I just want to show how, like, changing out very simple things give you a completely different look to a piece of jewelry, and why I am going to continue to stress that I think everybody would be best served in keeping a jewelry journal where you put pictures of your designs with, like, when I put this in my book, I will put that I used the first and fourth step and I used a 2-inch piece of wire. So that way, if I come back to it later and I want to make the same thing, then I already know what size I need to cut each of my pieces of wire, rather than going through the waste cycle of trying to figure out what's too much, what's too little, and what's just right. And so that's why I just, you guys, I just think it would be good There are a lot of women in this group that are very hard on themselves and don't give them or their talent enough credit. And I think if you were able to have a physical representation of the pieces of jewelry you make over a span of time, and you were able to go back and see, like, this time next year, you come back to this time period and you make this necklace, and you're like, oh yeah. Heather said if we just change out one or two things, it becomes a different necklace. And it really does become a different piece of jewelry. I will probably most likely make some smaller links and do just a chain with like the chain with like a pearl in the wood. So I'll probably make little links that are just like the wood bead cap, pearl bead cap, wood bead. And then I would let the silver be smaller versions of this same link because I have made them itty bitty, like really itty bitty, where the big loop is around the first step of the veil making pliers. So um, it's great. But yeah. Yes, and nobody does. And then you don't get to see like you don't get to see. And then, like I said, you hit a design slump and you're like, that can really affect some of us quite a bit. Like you hit that wall and you're like, I don't know what to do next. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna make next? What go back to your jewelry journal, look at the different designs, think about the beads you have in your stash, swapping out here. I'll just do it real quick just so you guys see. Oops, oh, you guys don't know that. Okay. Mhm. Oh, sorry. Oops. Okay, let me bring you guys back. So the only thing that I altered from the gold to the silver is the size of the spacer beads. So the ones on the silver are 3 millimeter, where these are 2 millimeter. And it's just a little bit more delicate. It's just a little bit, it's a very same look while being a different look at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. Like this would be a beach wedding, but it's the gold one is when they pay for the big arbor with all the like glowing pieces of gauze and whatever else. I don't know. Oh, yeah, we gotta get you. We keep saying we're going to, but yeah, the gold with the wood is beautiful too. That's what I mean. Just changing out the simple focal or whatever else. Like if we use one of these moons as the pendant, a sunset wedding, like can you imagine with the reception on the beach with the flamethrowers and barbecue and they take the pig out of the sand, the whole thing, a luau wedding. And that would be, that would be so perfect and God. Mary, you like the silver better? Yeah, I like, but isn't it crazy how like the silver one may be just a little bit more like, guys, just come on, just put on a sundress, bare feet, let's go out in the sand. We're gonna get married and we're good. Um, or you can just be somebody that likes really that prefers silver over gold, which is perfectly okay. But yes. So we will come back on Wednesday evening unless I'm feeling up to popping on tomorrow. My set schedule, obviously, my health is still got to be a priority and everything so that I don't get to where I was the last couple weeks because I was just pushing myself. There were times I shouldn't have been online. So, or I would just sit here at my desk for like 2 hours, not doing anything, just couldn't figure out to go where next when it would have been better served for me to be laying down or taking a nap or whatever else. But the schedule's going to be Monday and Friday more. Monday and Friday times are staying the same. Wednesday we are reviving what Wednesday wind down. And we do that in the evening for the ladies who miss the lives in the mornings because they're working. And then Sundays is Beading Besties. So, or companion collaboration, whichever we have going on at that point in time. So, yes. Yeah, I am. I learned my lesson. I promise. I did not like it. Like, no, I was sleeping all day and it was just no good. So, but it is okay for me to take a nap when I need to. I just let myself get so wound down, which isn't good for me is when I'm trying to heal an active infection in my leg. So, yeah, we're still not sure that we won't have to go in a second time. We're hoping so. It looks pretty good this morning. So I'm erring on the side of positive that it's going well. I see my doctor again tomorrow afternoon, I think. Something like that. But yeah. But like I said, if I have the energy to come on a Tuesday or a Thursday, this would be the time slot I would do that in. Because that was the time slot that I used to use. So yeah. Cheryl, I will tell you honestly, and you can ask anybody who's bought my findings. They're heavily 18 karat gold plated, very nice, and they all match. So from my jump rings to my ball head pins, all of that matches. Like that's one thing about my findings. I um uh That would be at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock makes it 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Is that okay, or do you guys want to do it at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time? We used to do it at 6 o'clock, so that was the only thing. But if we do it 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, then it wouldn't matter what time difference. Like I would just come on earlier when we don't have daylight savings. So, but yes, I am taking care of myself. Like I said, I learned my lesson. I'm not doing that again. That was just bad. It was bad physically. It was bad for my mental health because it was just very like I have a beautiful young granddaughter that I want to be able to sit on the floor with and play with and all of that. So yeah. 7 is better for you, but you're still up at 8. Okay. All right. I'll put up a poll or something and figure out what time works best for the mass majority of the viewers. But Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. I know that you guys genuinely care and really do want me to feel better, and I appreciate it. You're central, that would make it at 7 o'clock. Yeah, if we did it at 6 o'clock Mountain, then that would be 7 o'clock York. Or if we did 8 o'clock Eastern, yes, it would be 7 o'clock. It's a little bit more, fun, and not that we don't have fun in the morning, but we generally have a bigger audience, and there, sometimes people that are a little persnickety, but I happen to love that, so it's a lot of fun. But anyways, all right, ladies, as I said, thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. We'll make the gold version of this necklace next time we're together. Maybe between now and then, I will find like another quick project where I can show like the difference, because that is a really big benefit of the jewelry journals. And like I said, you don't have to buy one from me. Um, you don't. You can make your own. You can get your own stickers, your own washi tape, your own whatever. I already have some curated, so yeah, it's great. Yeah, Kim loves the shenanigans. Yeah, Cheryl, but I looked okay on Saturday and then was in bed all day yesterday. Yeah. But this is the best part of my day when it's a bad day. So I want you guys to know that. That just like you guys like me, then, you know, yeah, I'm gonna do the bronze. That's another thing I've got to follow up on, because I may be starting to retail for that wire company myself. So just got to get that figured out. So, anyways, everybody has a wonderful rest of your day. As always, happy beating, everybody.